Voters in Washington are deciding on several local leaders today, including a new governor, a new state Supreme Court justice, and new representatives and senators. We're breaking it all down for you tonight.
Showers and thunderstorms are moving out of the region. The wildfire smoke is moving in. I'll have an update on your air quality in the first alert forecast.
And One Spokane Stadium is getting ready to host Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, and even more icons when the Outlaw Music Festival will take over coming up. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. It is primary election day here in Washington. To make today's ballot a little easier to understand, we have team coverage for you tonight.
Jordan Smith is in-house with a look at the big races we're watching closely. But first, we're going to go to Marissa Rio. She joins us live from the Spokane County Elections Office with everything you should know to get your vote counted today.
Thank you, Derek and Kirsten. You have just under 2 hours to cast your vote in the Washington primary elections. Here at the Spokane County Elections Office, a few people have been here dropping off their ballots. And just a few moments ago, election officials were behind me processing the ballots that have come in. Now, you can drop off your ballot here at the Spokane County Elections Office or any of the white drop boxes throughout the county. As of just a few minutes ago, the Spokane County Elections Office said they had received nearly 108,000 ballots, and they had just over 368,000 registered voters. That means they were looking at a roughly 30% turnout as of now, but there's still time to drop off your ballot. During the primary elections, the Spokane County Elections Office said they usually see anywhere between a 36 to 50% turnout, so they are still expecting quite a bit of voters to still cast their votes tonight. And the Spokane County Elections Office said they will post unofficial results tonight around 8:15. And again, we'll see updated results tomorrow, Thursday, and likely again on Friday. We will continue to update you on any new information as soon as it becomes available on air or on our website at KXLY.com. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. Continuing our team coverage tonight, we're tracking several races with major implications for the next 4 years, including governor, attorney general, and local issues on the ballot.
Jordan Smith is keeping an eye on those races tonight. He joins us in studio with a look at the big picture for voters.
Well, this year was impossible to miss. The ballot was time-consuming to fill out. There were a lot of candidates to pick from and read about. There are 28 candidates running for governor alone. And those who have received the most endorsements for the primaries is Democratic candidate Bob Ferguson and Republican candidates Semi Bird and Dave Reichart. Now, according to 538, Ferguson and Reichart seem to be leading the polls heading into tonight, despite Semi Bird being the GOP nominee back in April. Ferguson is hoping to make the jump from attorney general to the governor's office, while Reichart is hoping to be the first Republican governor in the state in nearly 40 years. With Ferguson running, that opens the door for attorney general. Nick Brown, Monka Dingra are the Democratic candidates, and Pete Serrano is the lone Republican running for the seat. Now, we're also tracking local issues here on the ballot that will affect you more directly at home, including one of the big resolutions in Spokane County being a property tax in Airway Heights. Voters there will decide on paying an extra $1,000 per $1,000 of their assessed property value. This money would help support the police department. And those are just a few of the many state and local races on the ballot. And if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with just how many decisions there are to make, the Spokane County Elections Manager has this message to share.
It's a very complicated ballot, so you can take your time. You don't have to vote for every race on the ballot. It's better to be an informed voter than just willy-nilly marking someone.
And as Marissa mentioned, you do still have some time to vote. 8 o'clock is the deadline, so just under 2 hours left to drop off your ballot and make sure your voice is heard in this election. In studio tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Jordan. And Jordan Smith and Marissa Rio will stay with us all night as those election results are rolling in.
Yeah, the first round is expected right after 8 p.m. We'll be live streaming as those results come in, so be sure to download the 4 News Now app. You can scan this QR code with your phone's camera, so you can download the app for your iPhone or Android. And once you have it downloaded, you can turn on notifications, and you'll have updates right at your fingertips.
Well, as many of us know, elections can be stressful and complicated.
Yeah, a recent Pew Research study found that nationally, voters are feeling fatigued by the presidential race.
some are so overwhelmed with the choices that they're checking out of elections completely. Coming up tonight at 6:30, we'll be checking in with local voters to talk about election fatigue and what ended up motivating them to go out to the polls.
All right, let's send it over to Chris Crocker now with a look at that first alert forecast. Chris?
We have been tracking some isolated showers and thunderstorms this evening on our Doppler radar. Right now, we see most of the activity has moved out of the central panhandle, but there's been some additional development up in the northeast mountains and North Idaho. This is the lightning over the last 4 hours, and we've seen some thunderstorm activity in parts of southern Spokane and Kootenai counties, but most of the action is in western Montana today. Over 800 lightning strikes on that map. Zoomed in on our radar, we find a little bit of thunderstorm activity just to the east of Cusick. I've also been watching a thunderstorm on Priest Lake. It looks like it's right across from Elkins Resort, and we've had a couple of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes in that area. These thunderstorms will not hold together long. Expect clear skies overnight tonight, but you may see a return of thunderstorms in that same location in extreme North Idaho again tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, here are 4 things to know about your weather. Hazy sunshine on Wednesday. Mountain thunderstorms in extreme North Idaho. The 80s back in the forecast, and it looks like they may have some staying power. Air quality will be in the moderate range and continue as we have a number of wildfires burning around the region. We're having a shift in the winds to late tonight into tomorrow. I'll let you know how that's going to impact smoke tomorrow morning in the region coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, right now there are still level 2. Get ready evacuation orders for some people living in Moses Lake after a canal break. If you take a look at your screen now, according to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, an irrigation canal broke around 10 o'clock last night, right between Road 5 and Road O northeast. This is about 10 minutes east of downtown and 10 minutes north of I-90. The canal is now being drained, and the Grant County Sheriff's Office says it could be repaired and functional in 1 week.
Yeah, quite a mess. Now to a story you saw first here on 4 News Now earlier today. A former Spokane cop convicted of raping a fellow officer is now a free man. This is a picture of Gordon Ennis released to us today by the Department of Corrections. He's the former Spokane police sergeant who just spent 6 years in prison for second-degree rape. A jury convicted Ennis in 2018 of raping an officer at a house party hosted by other officers. At the time, prosecutors wanted a 10-year sentence, saying Ennis not only violated the woman he assaulted, but also violated the public's trust. Ennis is now a level 1 sex offender and will be under state supervision for the rest of his life.
Well, some local business organizations are hoping the state Supreme Court will uphold Spokane's camping ban.
Why this group of businesses want to see it upheld by the Supreme Court, which is expected to hear this case in the coming weeks.
And this week, there's more than just sports at One Spokane Stadium. How to get your tickets to see Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and other icons coming up after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we're paying your sales tax.
Gold has retained its value throughout history.
And at Wendell Ford, winning Spokane's best new car dealership is both a great honor and value we treasure.
And right now, enjoy 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% APR on select models.
Let me repeat, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% APR on select models.
Go for the gold with Wendell Ford.
Because this offer won't last forever.
Wendell Ford, at the Y on North Division.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I am in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps. Guaranteed. With over 3,000 five-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
The Gamma knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino brings you world's greatest celebrity impressionist, comedian, and singer, Jeff Trakta. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we're paying your sales tax.
All right, we're taking a live look across the street to One Spokane Stadium where things are looking a little bit different with all of that green turf covered up. That's because this Friday night, it's hosting a one-day music festival. The Outlaw Music Festival features the legendary Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, and Brittany Spencer. You'll want to act fast to get your seats before tickets run out. You can find the link to get yours on our website right now at KXLY.com. Well, local business organizations are hoping the state Supreme Court will uphold Spokane's Proposition 1, which restricts camping near places like schools and parks. It was already upheld in a lower court of appeals.
The support for Prop 1 was filed by Greater Spokane Incorporated and the Downtown Spokane Partnership. Derek Strom has more on why businesses want to see Prop 1 enforced.
75% of Spokane voters voted to pass Proposition 1 in 2023, which aims to restrict encampments around schools, playgrounds, and parks, among others. And as the legal battle around that proposition continues, a couple of downtown organizations, including the Downtown Spokane Partnership and Greater Spokane Inc., have wrote a brief to the state Supreme Court in support of Proposition 1. Greater Spokane Incorporated says it wants the state Supreme Court to uphold Proposition 1 because creating safe and accessible public spaces will help the businesses it represents. The organization says it doesn't want to outlaw homelessness, but it wants to create safe spaces for kids, and it believes Prop 1 will also help get homeless people to the resources they need.
It was narrowly tailored to spaces where children are likely to congregate, and it's important to us as a business community that when our community speaks about particularly important issues like that we're preserving that power and that voice in the conversation.
But the organizations behind the lawsuit challenging the proposition believe it would systematically take away rights from homeless people. Jules Helping Hands is a homeless outreach group, and its executive director sent a statement in response to GSI and DSP's brief. It says in part, quote, Prop 1 is not going to do what the community is hoping. They are being misinformed on its enforceability. This one, as well, will be no help to reducing homelessness, and it's giving a false set of expectations and will be a sore disappointment when and if it makes it past the Supreme Court. The case is expected to be heard by the state Supreme Court in the next several weeks. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Your forecast for this evening, beautiful evening around the region. We made it up to 90 in Spokane today. We'll be 86 at 7 o'clock. Then you'll start to see the haze increasing tonight, waking up with some wildfire smoke around the region. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
Dive into summer this August at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino with your chance to win your share of $50,000 free slot play. Every Saturday in August, 100 lucky guests will win $100 in free slot play. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
We're the advocates.
And we go to court.
The insurance companies take us seriously.
Because we go to court.
And if they don't offer you a settlement you deserve, they know.
We'll go to court.
So if you or a loved one are seriously injured in a crash...
Call us.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to say...
We go to court.
There it is.
We're the advocates. And we go to court. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
What can we make for you today? From the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has a 30-gram blend of high-quality protein to feed muscles for up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure nutrition for strength and energy.
Elevate your game at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our expanded gaming floor now features over 900 of your favorite slots, plus all new table games. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Doppler radar right now. We've seen some additional thunderstorm development this evening from north of Chewelah up through the Priest Lake area. These thunderstorms will not be holding together long. Expect things to taper off this evening, and for the most part, they are sticking to the higher terrain. Temperatures right now 87 and clear in Spokane. This is the view looking west from our station at 500 West Boone Avenue over the Spokane County Courthouse, and the elections office is tucked in right about there for Spokane County. Dropped my ballot off today. And here's the view, of course, over the Veterans Memorial Bridge, which was overcast in the last hour in Coeur d'Alene, and now we're starting to see some sunshine. Hour by hour, your forecast for Wednesday. We have an increase in wildfire smoke tonight, so it's going to be a hazy day. And I want you to notice, if you would, the winds. They are going to be shifting tonight. They'll be coming out of the north for most of the day tomorrow, allowing that wildfire smoke to come in. 74 degrees by 10 o'clock. We'll be in the 80s by noon, still with that northerly wind bringing in Canadian wildfire smoke. Air quality should still stay, however, in the moderate range, out of the unhealthy for sensitive groups range. And then as those winds become more northeasterly in the evening, that will push the wildfire smoke out of the way again, and we are back into the clear. Here's the visual representation, smoke forecast starting off at our current time. We'll see those winds shifting to the north, bringing in an increase in smoke. Here's 8 a.m. tomorrow morning with some hazy sunshine to start the day, and then those winds shift again, more northeasterly, and help clear things out. We're also going to see something else coming down from the north. We are going to be dry overnight. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then a system just clips the extreme portions of the Idaho Panhandle tomorrow afternoon with some showers and thunderstorms. Overnight lows tonight, primarily in the 50s and 60s. Colville and Wenatchee, the exceptions, 48 to 70, quite a range there. Wednesday's high temperatures will be in the 90s through the Columbia Basin. Once we get into eastern Washington, a little bit cooler. I kept us out of the 90s in Spokane because of that wildfire smoke. That haze can take, even though it's not particularly thick, can take a little bit of the wind out of our sails in terms of our high temperatures. I don't think I'll hear too many complaints about staying out of the 90s. Cooler with that chance of showers in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, in the 90s in 9 Mile as well as Meade. Downtown Spokane, 92 on Wednesday. Our 7-day forecast keeps things dry through Tuesday with the exception of a 20% chance of showers, mainly in the mountains on Saturday as a weak disturbance comes in Friday into Saturday. Real close to the 90s, most of the forecast, but looks like we're going to be seeing more 80s then 90s in the 7-day outlook. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Vice President Kamala Harris has chosen her running mate for the presidential race. Coming up, we'll tell you more about Minnesota Governor Tim Walz with a look into his background.
And Boeing executives face the National Transportation Safety Board today. The latest on the investigation into a mid-flight blowout coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Whether you're hauling your boat to the lake or a team full of soccer players,
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Nobody beats perfection.
Welcome to Virtual Preparatory Academy of Washington, where learning comes to life online. At VPrep, our cutting-edge curriculum offers an education tailored to each student's unique needs. Teachers provide real-time instruction and work closely with parents to meet each student at their level. We are a tuition-free K-12 public school. If your student would be more comfortable learning online, experience the convenience of a public school that comes to you. Learn more at wa.vprep.com.
As an OBGYN, Dr. Bernadine Bank has served the women of our community. In Congress, she'll continue fighting for women's health. When our freedoms are under attack, we need a doctor in the House. Vote Dr. Bank by August 6th.
I'm Dr. Bernadine Bank, and I approve this message.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Man, I can take real good care of you. See? Works perfectly for you, right?
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
Summer means the great outdoors, but it's also wildfire season. How are you going to cope with smoke from wildfires? 1, when it's smoky, check current air quality. 2, limit or avoid time outdoors. And 3, keep indoor air as clean as possible. Replace home air filters as often as needed and use the best filter for your system. Set the air conditioner to the recirculate mode. If necessary, find a cleaner air shelter near you. For the latest information about wildfires and smoke, visit the Washington Smoke blog, wasmoke.blogspot.com.
Whether you're going on a long trip or just your daily commute,
Perfection Tire's certified techs are your trusted resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs and routine maintenance.
Nobody beats perfection.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
Well, today, executives with Boeing and Spirit Aerosystems were grilled by the National Transportation Safety Board. The hearing focused on answering one question: how could part of an airplane fall off mid-flight? In January, an Alaska Airlines flight had just taken off from Portland when a door plug blew off at 16,000 feet, leaving a hole in the side of the 737 MAX jet and prompting an emergency landing back in Portland. The NTSB's preliminary report says during manufacture, the door plug was removed to repair an unrelated problem, but 4 bolts were never put back on.
One Boeing employee, not a contractor, said planes come in jacked up every day. Planes come in jacked up every day, meaning you were at the time receiving quote unquote jacked up planes. All the planes that, another employee, all the planes that come to us always have an issue with structures, skins, open holes.
Boeing says it's made changes since the incident, including implementing final product verification and a new design for the part that blew out. The safety board is expected to release a final report on their investigation, but that could take a year or longer to complete.
Well, now to the latest in the presidential election. Vice President Kamala Harris selected Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate this morning.
The Midwestern Democrat has recently ascended from being relatively unknown on the national stage to a leader of the party. Here's CNN's Whitney Wild with a look at his background.
I give you our Burley High School teacher from Mankato.
In Minnesota, the national spotlight is shining on humble roots as Governor Tim Walz becomes Kamala Harris's vice presidential running mate. Before running for office, Walz was a geography teacher in public schools and a football coach from rural Mankato.
High school geography teachers don't usually think that. Look, it is humbling. It's a privilege. It's surreal.
His resume also includes more than 2 decades in the Army National Guard, including a deployment overseas after the 9/11 attacks.
Want to thank the gentleman.
The 2-term governor previously served in Congress for 12 years, representing a rural district that voted for Trump twice. In 2006, he won his first congressional race, ousting a 6-term Republican incumbent.
They like me. They trusted me. They said, Tim, I think you're trying to do it right.
His first term as governor saw some of the state's most turbulent times when riots broke out after the murder of George Floyd, prompting Walz to call in the National Guard.
Let's be very clear. The situation in Minneapolis is no longer in any way about the murder of George Floyd. It is about attacking civil society, instilling fear, and disrupting our great cities.
His record of progressive policies, such as codifying abortion rights, adding protections for transgender people, passing paid sick and family leave, and implementing free breakfast and lunch programs in schools, makes him appealing to some on the left, and a target for Republican criticism, which he has begun to push back on.
What a monster. Kids are eating and having full bellies so they can go learn, and women are making their own health care decisions.
Earlier this year, Harris visited a Minnesota abortion clinic with Walz, the visit marking a big impact on her decision, a source close to the governor told CNN.
You've been a great friend and advisor to the president and me, and thank you for all of that.
Walz joins the ticket having already made his mark on the race, coining a new line of attack against GOP presidential candidate Donald Trump and his Republican allies with a single word: weird.
We're not afraid of weird people. No. We're a little bit creeped out, but we're not afraid.
Well, coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30, brand new stories, including a closer look at Highway 395.
The highway recently had 2 separate deadly crashes. We looked into what caused those accidents and if anything is being done to protect drivers. Don't go away.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I think this is my favorite. Okay, hon, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. I love you, Parmalee, one of country's most undeniable hit makers. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, September 12th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Gold has retained its value throughout history.
And at Wendell Ford, winning Spokane's best new car dealership is both a great honor and value we treasure.
And right now, enjoy 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% APR on select models.
Let me repeat, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% APR on select models.
Go for the gold with Wendell Ford.
Because this offer won't last forever.
Wendell Ford, at the Y on North Division.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
Introducing new Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical pain reliever with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact to target tough pain at the source for up to 8 hours of powerful relief. New Advil Targeted Relief.
He's not going to pick her. No.
Oh, is this really happening?
No way.
It's like it was destiny. Reese's Pieces and cookie dough together in a DQ blizzard. Bet you didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I did.
Hold on, are we still talking about the blizzard?
I wonder if they're still together. No.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert. The Reese's Pieces cookie dough blizzard is like really good. DQ. Happy tastes good.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Well, have you felt election fatigue? A Pew Research study found that 62% of Americans felt worn out by the presidential race when polled earlier this year.
And now, a few months later, voters are left to decide many other races in their local elections. Alexandra Cohen-Yarts has more on the importance of your vote and why some are feeling disengaged in our political landscape.
Derek and Kirsten, this pamphlet is not normally this big. Spokane County officials told me this is not an ordinary primary election due to the many open races and candidates running. Multiple voters in Spokane told me they did not know where to even begin when looking through their ballot. City officials say despite this, voting in these elections is crucial.
Voters don't vote in the primary. They're letting somebody else decide who they're going to see on the general election ballot.
For the last several years, all counties in Washington have had voter pamphlets. Although it is a great tool, many are not even using it.
Too thick, too many, explanation of the proposition, and then it's unclear what it really is about.
As of yesterday, just around 20% of voters, both statewide and in Spokane County, had mailed in their ballot. Although these numbers are expected to see a significant shift today, Spokane County Auditor Vicki Dalton acknowledges that voter fatigue is real. Her advice?
But what we encourage voters to do is just look at what's important to you, vote on those, and if you don't want to look at the rest of the races, that's okay.
When it comes to younger voters, those turning in their ballots is even lower. Alexander Garner believes the reason behind this is a lack of interest.
The things you see from people in my age group, my generation, is they don't know anything about it. They don't care too much to vote about local elections.
Stanley believes the generational shift in voting comes from an increase in polarization. She told me for her, voting always brought a sense of pride.
In order to change, you have to vote. And you want that change to happen so that our country can be better and we still have democracy.
The purpose of this primary is to whittle down the candidates to only 2 for the general election, which as of today is just around 3 months away. Live in studio, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Alexandra, thank you. If that story made you want to get involved, there is some time left to cast your vote, but it's running out.
Marissa Rio is live at the Spokane County Elections Office tonight with the details.
Time is running out. You have less than an hour and a half to cast your vote in the Washington primary elections. Now, election officials are on a break right now, but just moments ago, they were behind me processing all of the ballots that have come in. Now, you can cast your vote here, or these white election drop boxes are located throughout the county. To find the closest one to you, you can visit our website at kxly.com. It's important to note that drop boxes will be closed and locked by 8 p.m., so make sure you get to one early enough to make sure your voice is heard. You can still register to vote in person here at the elections office or at Center Place Regional Event Center in Spokane Valley until 8 tonight. Now, when you come in to register to vote, they'll give you a ballot at the same time. But remember, if it's past 8, it's too late. So make sure you give yourself enough time to come to the elections office to either cast your vote or register to vote at one of the ballot drop boxes. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa and Jordan Smith, who is tracking live election updates for us, will be here all night as elections roll in.
The first round is expected right after 8 p.m. We'll be live streaming as those results come in, so be sure to download the 4 News Now app. You can scan this QR code with your phone's camera, and there you can download the app for your iPhone or Android phone. Once you have it downloaded, turn on notifications, and you'll have updates right at your fingertips.
If you're an Idaho voter, these are some deadlines you'll want to remember. Pre-registration to vote online ends October 11th. You can also register in person on Election Day. Just remember to bring a photo ID and proof of residence. Early voting begins October 21st and ends November 1st. Absentee ballots must be requested by October 25th. And then, of course, Election Day is November 5th.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker has been tracking some isolated thunderstorms tonight. So how are we looking now, Chris?
Actually good over most of the region. The showers and thunderstorms have moved into western Montana. There is a severe thunderstorm watch for the area shaded in yellow on your screen, which includes Kalispell. But we've also had some additional thunderstorm development in the Northeast Mountains and extreme North Idaho. We'll zoom in here and see we've had a cloud-to-ground lightning strike around the Inchelium area, actually just to the south. Another thunderstorm in the mountains north of Chewelah, and those showers and thunderstorms extend up through Boundary County. We've had some rumbles of thunder on Priest Lake and may hear another one before the evening is over as thunderstorms move to the east out of the mountains toward Coolin and Nordman. Your Wednesday planner, there's still the possibility of those afternoon and evening thunderstorms in extreme North Idaho, but in Spokane, it is going to be a day of hazy sunshine, particularly in the morning. A shift in our winds is going to bring some wildfire smoke in from Canada overnight. Air quality should stay in the moderate range, but you may notice that haze. A high temperature of 89, 87 is our average high. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast, Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Within the last month, 2 car crashes claimed the lives of 2 people on Highway 395 south of Chewelah.
The victims were a Kettle Falls man and a 6-month-old baby. Each crash was caused by unique circumstances. Both happened 7 miles south of Chewelah near Bakey Road. When we zoom in all the way here, you can see these crashes happen less than half a mile apart. Our Hunter Bertram went to the sites today gathering answers for people who asked if anything is being done to prevent more deaths.
On the northbound shoulder of Highway 395, a reminder of a life tragically cut short. A 6-month-old baby killed when the vehicle she was in was rear-ended. Less than a mile away, and a month after that baby's death, a Kettle Falls man was killed after the vehicle he was driving veered into oncoming traffic, then struck by a semi.
Following the 2 fatal car accidents on this stretch of 395, members of the community surrounding this area reached out to us, asking if there's anything being done to prevent this from happening again.
We do look at years of data over periods of time, reasoning for what occurred to then make future decisions.
Ryan Overton works for WashDOT, and he says the most prevalent factor they've seen across eastern Washington causing serious crashes.
So in this case, we look at the data, and what it was kind of showing was driver behavior in this instance.
Overton says 95 to 99% of crashes are by driver error and not the roads. And since the pandemic, WashDOT has seen an increase of serious crashes, noting an influx of bad driver behavior.
At the end of the day, again, until we can change driver behavior, that's where the real problem exists within when these occur themselves. So changing the roadway, that costs a significant amount of money.
Money that takes a long time to obtain for road projects, which is why, unfortunately, when serious crashes occur, action isn't taken right away. For now, at Highway 395 and Bakey Road, there are no plans to make changes to the roadway. In Valley, Washington, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, today, Governor Brad Little announced paid parental leave for state employees in Idaho will expand to include foster families. The new policy will begin October 1st, and it will allow state employees who become foster parents to get 8 weeks of paid parental leave when they welcome a foster child into their new home. The governor said there are more children in need than there are foster families available to help. Governor Little said he is hoping this change to policy will help. In 2020, Governor Little introduced a similar benefit for new parents after the birth or adoption of a child.
Ahead of WSU students' arrival to Pullman for the new school year, the Department of Transportation is restriping the Palouse. Today, crews restriped Highway 26 from Highway 395 all the way to Colfax. It's about a 75-mile stretch. Tomorrow, drivers should be on the lookout and give room to crews restriping Highway 195 from Steptoe down through Pullman to near the state line near Lewiston.
After being on the run for murder, a Moses Lake man is now in the custody of U.S. Marshals. Moses Lake police say someone was killed and 2 others were hurt in a gang-related shooting near Montlake Park. It happened in November of last year. Several people have since been arrested, but police say one man skipped town to avoid capture. This man, Christopher Valle Maciel, was tracked down by U.S. Marshals in Riverside County, California today. He faces charges including first-degree murder and first-degree assault. No word on when he will be extradited back to Washington.
In Pullman, the police department is warning everyone to beware of swooping hawks. There have been several reports of unusually aggressive birds. One person was even clawed by a hawk, although they didn't need medical attention. WSU College of Veterinary Medicine says they are most likely being aggressive because of a nearby nest by Pullman Regional Hospital. If you do come into contact with a hawk, avoid turning your back to it and make sure you protect your head.
Some good advice.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the WCC basketball schedule is out, and the dates for the highly anticipated matchup between Gonzaga and Washington State are now set.
Kind of hard to believe when I saw that you had written this. It's the first time they're playing since 2015.
Yeah, last time Cougs and Zags faced off, I was an innocent college student. So.
Were you so innocent?
Innocent, emphasis on that word right there. We take a look at the schedule for the Cougs and Zags and what the matchup means for the Inland Northwest. That next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Brothers Flooring.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps. Guaranteed. With over 3,000 5-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with travel for adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect family getaway for fun and recreation. From camping along the shores to fishing excursions and ATVing, Moses Lake is a recreational wonderland in the heart of Washington State.
Moses Lake Golf Club often stays open late into the season or cool off in their water park during the summer heat.
Moses Lake is also known for its Spring Music Festival in May, a fabulous air show that includes the World RC Invitational in June and the Grant County Fair held each August at the Moses Lake County Fairgrounds.
For a listing of events, culinary delights, and lodging options, visit tourmoseslake.com and plan your vacation today. Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore and relax.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to kxly.com/travel4adventures.
Whether you're in the market for affordable furniture, clothing, or vintage treasures, you'll find what you need at UGM thrift stores. But checking off your list is not all you'll accomplish. Every purchase and donation opens the doors for men, women, and children experiencing homelessness to get the help they need. Your support provides food and shelter, job training, and holistic recovery services at Union Gospel Mission. Stop in today and offer life change.
Teflon flu? Is it real?
Your body is reacting to a foreign chemical?
Next, Inside Edition. Can cooking with a Teflon-coated pan lead to inhaling fumes that make you sick with flu-like symptoms?
Is this safe?
What you need to know. Then, don't try this at home. The Couch Olympics. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
The WCC released the basketball schedule for the upcoming season, and Gonzaga and Washington State will face off in men's hoops for the first time in nearly a decade.
Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us, and Julian will be excited to see the Zags and Cougs rekindle the rivalry.
Oh, no doubt. Those games are going to be crazy. I mean, 2 schools separated by about 78 miles. You can get to the game on a full tank of gas, so expect it to be a packed house at both games. The Cougs visit Spokane on January 11th. Gonzaga will make the return trip to Pullman on February 19th. WSU and Gonzaga haven't played since 2015, but with the collapse of the Pac-12, the Cougs are now members of the WCC for the next 2 seasons. Now, the game in January will be the 151st meeting between Gonzaga and Washington State. The Bulldogs will be going for a 27th conference title. The Cougs will be one of the teams standing in their way. The Zags and Cougs women's basketball teams go head-to-head pretty much every year, but now they are also conference rivals. Similar to the men, that first meeting is January 11th, only this one will be in Pullman. The game in Spokane is on February 8th. Gonzaga has won 10 of the 17 matchups against WSU, but the Cougs have won the last 2. Now, for a full men's and women's basketball schedules, you can visit our website, KXLY.com.
You think raspy voice is bad. Energetic, passionate, I care a ton.
Well, Eastern Washington coach Aaron Best needs about 10 cough drops after practice today. However, for Coach Best, losing his voice is the sign of a good practice. The Eagles are in week 2 of fall camp, which means every hit is harder, every drill is more difficult, and Coach Best yells that much louder. But if you ask him, the raspier, the better.
That's how I've rolled. The more information, the better. The more people we can capture, the faster we can get there. But I think if you're not hoarse, I think there's more to give. I'll just put it that way.
Some hot tea with honey should do the trick, Coach Best. Yeah, he has some time to get that voice back. The Eagles' first game is on August 29th against Monmouth. Washington State wide receiver Carlos Hernandez came to practice in cleats, but left in a walking boot. Hernandez will be sidelined due to a foot injury. Now, there's no timetable on his return. Head coach Jake Dickert said Hernandez will be out a while. Not good. Kyle Maxwell and Trey Shackelford are 2 players expected to step up in his absence. Maxwell transferred from Louisiana Tech, where he racked up close to 400 yards. Shackelford was an all-conference player at Austin Peay. Offensive coordinator Ben Arbuckle says both players are capable of making some noise in Pullman.
Their opportunities are what they want to make them, right? Because, you know, hey, what happened to Carlos? But I think it does open the door for a lot of big competition to be had.
WSU has its first scrimmage of the fall on Saturday. We will be there. Should be exciting, but don't want to see that happen to one of your top receivers this year, especially when you got a bunch of new faces trying to gel and new quarterback coming in as well.
Probably would have been a guy that's, you know, considered for a breakout season for the Cougs.
Absolutely.
As well. All right, Julian, thank you so much. Well, your streaming services are about to get a little more expensive. Beginning October 17th, U.S. subscribers to Disney Plus will have to pay $2 more per month. Hulu's ad-supported plan will also increase $2 a month, and its ad-free plan will rise by $1. Though, along with the price hikes, Disney says it will also add new features, including access to ABC News Live and a continuous playlist of content aimed at preschool-aged kids.
Area wildfires have air quality in the moderate range across the region, with a hazy sunset tonight and more on the way for tomorrow. Of your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we're paying your sales tax.
Dan the Piano Man is now Dan the Moving Man, and he would like to thank you for helping with the transition. He now specializes in relocating your most prized possessions from point A to point B with care and efficiency. He's earned the reputation of trust by helping generations of homeowners move their belongings and helping seniors to downsize. He also offers climate-controlled storage, short or long-term, for your possessions. Need your piano moved? Dan can expertly relocate it and provide tuning and repair. Call or click today for a free estimate on your moving job. Dan the Moving Man, serving Eastern Washington and North Idaho.
R&R RV just wrapped up a fantastic summer sale at the Spokane Fairgrounds with America's favorite brands. You know what that means? Fresh, used inventory. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, camper vans to diesel pushers, R&R RV has the pre-owned RV you've been waiting for. Take advantage of show pricing on these amazing fresh trade-ins. Don't miss it. Visit R&R RV today in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, or North Lewiston. Online at rnrrv.com. Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
North Idaho Urology, in partnership with Cancer Care Northwest. We specialize in advanced prostate cancer care.
I'm Dr. Aaron Wagner. I'm a radiation oncologist with Cancer Care Northwest. We have quite a few different treatment options for prostate cancer, ranging anywhere from standard radiation and IMRT approaches to SBRT to brachytherapy, a full spectrum of different prostate cancer treatments. We very much try to individualize their treatment plan for them.
Well,
looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we're paying your sales tax.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Well, now to the latest on Tropical Storm Debbie.
While the storm has weakened, it's still bringing widespread dangerous impacts as it moves slowly along the southeast coast.
Parts of South Carolina have seen up to 14 inches of rain so far. Georgia more than 11 and Florida close to 19. A curfew is in place in Charleston, a city vulnerable to flooding. The mayor says pumps have been brought in as well as high water rescue vehicles.
In Georgia, authorities say a 19-year-old was killed after a tree fell through his home, and at least 9 tornadoes were reported in South Carolina and Florida.
We had absolutely no time to react. It was right on us. All we had time to do was just kind of look at each other and say, run.
Debbie made landfall Monday as a Category 1 hurricane. Now, flooding is the major concern. There are also significant worries about the storm surge. Then, what's left of Debbie will take aim at the Northeast with cities like Philadelphia, D.C., Boston, and New York all in its path.
I have lots of friends and my mom down in South Florida giving me some updates. Everyone's doing okay in my family. But yeah, those hurricane season in general, no joke, and I am glad to not be there anymore.
I was going to say, it's one of the nice things about the inland Northwest, right? We're just kind of like insulated from a lot of severe weather.
That is true. And that is one of the reasons I like being here. You would think as a meteorologist, I'd want to be there, but I will take a couple of little thunderstorms over the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho that I've been tracking this evening, mainly over the mountainous areas. I lived in Oklahoma for a long time, and those tornadoes and the severe weather takes a toll on you. We've got these thunderstorms have produced some lightning, and they're mainly found over the higher terrain. That said, I'm watching a couple of spots in the mountains just to the west of Priest Lake that may be impacting the region. If you've got family out on the boat still this evening, might want to call them and tell them to bring it on in with those thunderstorms so close. Our high temperature today, we did make it up to 90 degrees. I think we're going to be just below for the next several days because of this wildfire smoke. Tomorrow especially, 87 is our average highs, so we're in the ballpark to be sure. However, with that 90-degree day, that was our 26th 90-degree or higher day of the season. We are above average. I don't know that we're going to be anywhere near record territory. However, with 42 days of 90-degree and hotter weather is our record. That was set back in 2021. 2022, we had 34 days. That was in 5th place, and I'm not even sure we're going to make it there. I don't know if we'll have any complaints after all the records that we set in the month of July. Our high temperature trend keeps us just a little above average through the 7-day forecast, finally coming down closer to average by Tuesday of next week, but no big swings either way. And this is new, a little bit different than yesterday, a trend toward average temperatures in our 8 to 14-day forecast. August 14th through the 20th. That would be in the mid-80s as we take a look at that time period. Calling for above average precipitation. August is our second driest month, but behind July. We only average 0.4 of an inch, so we could just have one little rainstorm and we would be above average. So won't get too excited about that, but we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow afternoon. Here's our forecast radar. 8 a.m. dry across the region with hazy conditions from wildfire smoke. Few isolated showers tomorrow afternoon in extreme north Idaho. Otherwise, we'll be staying dry through the end of the work week. And then a possibility of some isolated showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, only a 20% chance. And then we are dry again with a lot of sunshine in next week. 86 and sunny on Tuesday. That's a perfect day right there.
Sounds pretty good to me. All right, here is a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight as we head to another commercial break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Next ET, our Colin Gosselin exclusive, his new chapter after the Marines.
I think the pros outweigh the cons.
Then, only we're inside Sandra Lee's Malibu home. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
I'm a fan of you, Steve.
A husband wouldn't want his wife bringing her work husband where?
Home.
Celebrity Family Feud, new tonight on ABC.
$20 you miss.
Yeah? Boom! Show me the money.
Here's your check.
A check?
You're never gonna cash it. What are you doing?
Depositing the check with P1FCU Mobile Banking. Bet you didn't think that one through, did you?
Come on.
Get a free Ascend checking account with great benefits at p1fcu.org/free.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday for the 12-hour produce sale and save big on Dole bananas, fresh picked blueberries, whole sweet cantaloupe or seedless watermelon, and a summertime favorite, fresh picked corn.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
As an OBGYN, Dr. Bernadine Bank has served the women of our community. In Congress, she'll continue fighting for women's health. When our freedoms are under attack, we need a doctor in the House. Vote Dr. Bank by August 6th.
I'm Dr. Bernadine Bank, and I approve this message.
Do you like this one? I think this is my favorite. Okay. Hun, what do you think of this one?
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
Wow, is this going to be ready in time for the baby?
Absolutely.
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
It's hard saying goodbye to your car. So AutoNation makes it easy to say hello to your next one. Shop over 25,000 used vehicles now at AutoNation.com. Plus, we'll buy your car for top dollar. Visit AutoNation.com today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
Well, it's primary election day here in Washington, so we wanted to take a moment to talk about election security, which is something many voters across the country have reservations about.
Sure. In Spokane County, the elections office teams up with the Washington office of the Secretary of State to make sure every ballot is secure. And here's how it works. Once your ballot is left in a drop box, a Spokane County employee will collect it and seal it. Then they'll bring the ballot to the elections office that same day. That entire process is recorded to make sure no unauthorized contact is made. Party observers watch this pickup process in addition to signature verification, the opening of envelopes, and the scanning of the ballots. A minimum of 2 people are present as each one is handled.
And tonight at 8 o'clock, we will be live streaming the first round of election results on our app. If you want to watch or you have any questions about this year's primary election, take out your phone, point the camera at this QR code on your screen. It will show you how to download the 4 News Now app, where you'll find more information on election security, today's races, and how this election will impact you.
For the first time, all 3 of my kids were able to vote in this election, which was pretty exciting and cool, and lovely weather to drop those ballots off. I was real proud sticking those in the ballot box.
All right, Chris, thank you so much, and thank you for being with us here for 4 News Now at 6.
And we will have updates on our streaming app, KXLY+, and we'll be right back with lots of election results for you tonight on Nightside at 11.
See you then.